course, Robin isn't going to let her take her, and why, hello there YouTube, and welcome to a brand new series of Back to the 80s week. Yeah, third series of this 80s theme week that I love to do. So yeah, for the next 7 days I'm going to be reviewing an 80s horror movie, or an 80s horror movie set in the 80s, but didn't necessarily come out in the 80s. So yeah, let's get it going, shall we? So at this point, yeah, it's kind of tradition that I start the series with a vampire flick, and this one today I'm reviewing the film Once Bitten. Yeah, Once Bitten, written by Dimitri Villard and directed by Howard Storm, starring Laura Hutton, a young Jim Carrey, Karen Kopins and Clavon Little. So this is a teen horror comedy where this 400-year-old vampire called the Countess wants to feed and maintain her youth, and for that she wants to drink the blood and turn a pure virgin. And there's this guy named Mark, played by Jim Carrey, and his girlfriend Robin, played by Karen Kopins, who are in a relationship, but she's not quite ready to go all the way yet. And of course the Countess sees him as fresh food and wants to drink from him and turn him and keep him as a vampire forever. Also, the Countess is accompanied by her assistant, the manservant Sebastian, played by Clavon Little. And in this we see some teen fantasies, some sexy moments, some funny moments, some awkward moments, and some 80s cheese. So what did I like about this film? Well, this, I believe, was Jim Carrey's first movie he starred in out of Canada, I believe. I think I know. All I knew is that no one had heard of Jim Carrey until this film came out, at least worldwide. But this was long before he cemented himself in stardom as The Mask, or as Ace Ventura, or Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. This was one of his early days, and a lot of the best Hollywood stars do get their starts in horror. Yeah, well, not all, but some. And this was Jim Carrey. So this film came out in 1985, and I think this film's kind of underrated. It's underrated, and I don't think a lot of people talk about it enough. This has an original song to the film as well, I believe, and some good 80s tunes. There's even a fun dance-off scene where the Countess is at a Halloween ball with, and she wants to take Mark, and of course Robin isn't going to let her take her, and they dance off to it. That's a fun, cool scene. 80s cheese as well. And then there's the whole funny stuff as well when they are turning Mark into the vampire, but of course towards the end, they stop the Countess by going all the way, and the Countess ages rapidly, but Sebastian takes her and tells her that everything will be fine, they'll find another one. Also, Mark has two friends in this, two buddies that are called Jamie and Russ, played by Thomas Beltor and Spike Lackey. Skip Lackey, and they have some comic relief there as well. There's even a funny scene when they're in the showers and they're trying to find the bite marks on him, where she been, because she goes down to the thigh to feed on virgin blood. So, yeah, this is, like I say, a very underrated film. And, you know, stars a young Jim Carrey. You know, and, you know, I remember watching this film when I was a kid. I remember, you know, being a lot younger than I should have when I saw this film. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel, and I remember watching it and liking it. Not fully understanding the whole vampire blood-sucking thing or the virgin stuff, but I just remember it being a vampire film and I remember enjoying it. Also, Lauren Hutton as the Countess, I think she was probably the most well-known of the lot at the time, you know, leading this movie, you know, because, as I said, this was Jim Carrey's early work. But, yeah, she looked hot and very vampiric. We also had Sebastian, who was like a humorous, funny henchman, and I believe he's from Blazing Saddles. You know, so he was a bit of a fun show stealer as well in scenes, and very campy, or as we say here, bent as a 9-bob note. But yeah, Once Bitten, it's you know, a good vampire movie. If you've got like a good hour and a half to kill, 94 minutes, you know, check it out. I would definitely say it is underrated and forgotten, and not enough people, I don't hear enough people talk about it that much. But yeah, it's like 40 years old now. This film came out, you know, 40 years this November. So yeah, Once Bitten. So let's get on to my ratings now, shall we? I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give it, you know what, I like it a lot. And yeah, let's start on a bit of a high note, because I like Jim Carrey films. He's not for everyone, but I will give this 5 video nasties out of 5. Yeah, new rating scale for 80's theme stuff, you know, video nasties, because they were quite the thing in the 80's. So 5 video nasties out of 5 for Once Bitten. So there you go. There's your review for today. So have you seen this one? If you have, do you think it's underrated and forgotten? Let me know down in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. And I will see you tomorrow for some more Back to the 80's week. So until next time, don't have nightmares.